Hey everybody, welcome to our first ever episode of Let's Play Awesome. I'm joined by my friends Nick and Kelvin, and today we're going to be playing Binding of Isaac's Rebirth.
Alright, let's get started then. Alright guys, today we're playing Binding of Isaac Rebirth for the PC. Originally released November 4th, 2014, 2 years after the original one. What you need to know about the game is that it's a remake of the 2012 game, Binding of Isaac. It was developed by independent gaming company, Nicalis, or however you pronounce that. Sorry. Rebirth includes all of the content from the first game and its Wrath of the Lamb expansion pack, as well as characters, items, rooms, and more. Features biblical references, even in its name taken from the biblical story of the same name, The Binding of Isaac.
Hey everybody, what's up? Ever wondered how to pull off co-op while playing Binding of Isaac's Rebirth? Here, I'm going to show you how. With this PC wireless gaming receiver you can get for about $10 with the link provided below, and an Xbox controller, which you can get practically anywhere, you just plug this in, press the wireless button, sync it with your remote, one person on keyboard, one person playing the controller. There you go, easy co-op. If you know a better place to get this for a lower price, please be sure to email us.
Alright guys, so before we begin the game review, I want to give a huge shout out to our friend Kyle for giving us the game. We really appreciate it, man. Stay awesome. It's guys like you who can really make the reviews happen. Alright, as mentioned before by Kelvin, we have the wireless PC gaming adapter, and we're going to use it to co-op on the keyboard and controller to test it and make sure that you guys are getting an effective product. I'm going to be co-oping with Kelvin right now. Here we go. Alright guys, welcome to Binding of Isaac's Rebirth. Not a fan of the tier, that's a weird projectile. Kelvin, go ahead and spawn.
Showtime.
Alright, takes a little bit to get used to the controls, especially on the Xbox controller.
It does. Ooh, a chest. Neat.
Yes, Nick, it's a chest.
I like a chest.
Alright, living crap as an enemy. Not sure how I feel about this.
Keep it far away from me. Oh, that's sick. This is an interesting game, I'd have to say. Living crap as an enemy. Although, I guess there could be worse enemies, you know? Like
I think there are in this game. There are plenty of worse enemies.
Can't wait to see them.
One thing I'd like to point out is, no, we are not new to this game. This is our first chance of actually being able to tell you how weird this is. Like, look, the boss is a living turd. It's got giant eye. It's a giant turd with eyes that produces smaller turds.
What kind of super poop is that? What kind of a boss name is Tingle to begin with? That's like the
I think
little elf
it's Dingle.
That's Dingle, whatever. It's like the little elf from Legend of Zelda. You know? It's weird. You call this a boss battle?
I'm just terrified that a piece of crap rushes at me.
Right?
That's
just terrifying to begin with, though.
Can you imagine if that really happened in real life? You're sitting on the toilet taking a shit, and all of a sudden your crap just starts like lunging at you.
Horrible. That'd be terrifying. To be honest.
About to die. Let's cut to the end. And I'm awesome.
We have triumphed over crap.
We?
Take that. We. That's right. We.
Hey, I'm player one. I'd like to point that out. I'm player one on the Xbox controller.
And actually, but I was involved.
The Xbox controller, I have to say, is actually working really well. The controls move fluently, and the adapter doesn't seem to have any sort of lag on it. It's like I'm playing on a regular console, so definitely a worthwhile product.
PC is just as good. Why? It's just right on there. You'll get used to it.
Nice. You want to mention like the inverted controls that you were complaining about?
However, when I did spawn some other time, I had inverted controls. That was a little weird, but again, you get used to it. That does sound a little weird, although it could maybe be like
just a glitch, minor, right?
Yeah, maybe even a glitch at the most, but I don't think it's anything serious. And
Monstro, you get like every time you play. I don't know, I think we've gotten him like 5 times as we play through the game.
Yeah, about 5 times sounds right. He sounds like the most basic boss there kind of is. Especially an old-timey boss where all he does is just kind of shoot his projectiles everywhere and then just kind of try to stomp on you. It definitely looks like an older Legend of Zelda game from kind of the vibe I'm getting, where you just scroll over to one edge of the screen and it just sort of, what would you say, pans over into the next room.
I feel that.
Yeah, it definitely does take a lot of aspects from Legend of Zelda. Like some of the minions that attack you in the game mirror exactly Legend of Zelda characters. The blowing the tunnels through the walls that you can do with bombs.
Yeah.
Monstro's not that hard of a boss. Just watch where he's jumping, avoid the projectiles. Always keep a good distance, and he's not that hard to beat.
Actually, that's like the general rule of the game. Stay away from everything.
That is a good point.
Yeah, the projectiles seem like this can be sort of an easy game if you just sort of keep your distance, and that's a weird power-up.
I'd like to point out, Placenta says regeneration. Me and Kelvin waited for about 2 minutes. We're going to cut that out so you guys don't have to sit there watching us stand around for 2 minutes, but we sat there for a good while waiting for that to heal us, and yeah, we got no. I don't know where the regeneration is supposed to come in. If we're misunderstanding this, please feel free to leave a comment about it. We're gonna skip through all this so you guys don't have to watch the gameplay too much. Okay, no one wants to hear that.
Yeah,
Everyone wants to hear
that's
that.
exactly what it looks like.
Seriously,
like,
it's one of those.
Most people watching this now are definitely thinking, the Benny Hill theme would be perfect for this.
Heck,
Alright.
you're subconsciously playing it right now. as we
Yeah,
speak.
anybody who's ever heard it. If you haven't heard it, look it up. It's hilarious.
If not, it sounds like it.
All right, skipping forward, then we have good power-ups.
The ancient power of the Mystic Scroll.
That is so awesome.
If I can do that in real life, beware me.
Not really a hard boss to beat. Just shoot, grab the card he drops, and keep on going.
That's kind of like almost every game ever.
Well, this game is a lot simpler because it like you said earlier, it doesn't involve much strategy other than keep away from everything.
Yeah.
Don't get too close, watch the stuff on the floor, and you should be fine. A lot of the projectiles shot out do go in a specific pattern. Once you memorize it, you should be okay.
Yes. It seems kind of like an easy game, especially if you've done this a couple of times. I think if you do it like 2 or 3 times, you should be able to do it pretty fairly quickly, honestly. You shouldn't be a hard game to beat if you've done it more than once.
I do
right
wanna-
there, we just got the quad power. Now shoot 4 teardrops at once. Pretty awesome.
I do want to point out that a lot of the power-ups, though, like you gotta be careful. You gotta know what you're getting into because a lot of the power-ups are meant to screw you over. All right, and we just finished part 1. Be sure to check back for a second episode of Binding of Isaac Rebirth.
Later.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. That ends part 1 of our Binding of Isaac Rebirth game review. Be sure to check out part 2 coming soon. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below.
Sadly, we can only do PC games at the moment, so if any of you actually know a cheaper way to do it on console, that would be really helpful. Please leave a comment in the comment section below.
Also, be sure to like and check out the link to the wireless adapter. Only $10, you won't regret it.